Hi guys, welcome to this video, and in today's video we will talk about how you can detach a database. So this will be mostly a theoretical session. There won't be any practicals, although I do cover some syntaxes for detaching the database, but yeah, this will not be a practical video but just a theoretical video where we are discussing concepts on how to detach a database in SQL Server. So let's quickly proceed to notes. I will have to write notes uh, as soon as I'm providing this lecture. So you may also take down the notes. Before we proceed ahead, I would request you guys to please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. There's a subscribe button below this video. Click on that subscribe button. It will give you a bell icon. Click on that bell icon, select all notifications to get notifications regarding all my future videos. Alright guys, and before we proceed ahead, there are some points to remember. Please watch this video till the end to gain better clarity of the concept. And if it's possible for you, please watch this video twice or as many times as you want until you gain the clarity. And perform any exercises in your test and lab environments only. Do not touch any production environment or production databases. And we would like to know your thoughts regarding our videos, any comments, suggestions, feedback, requirements, any day-to-day experiences with SQL Server, any situations where my content has helped you in some way, somewhere. Please share your stories. We do eagerly wait for them and would love to read them. Alright, let's move ahead. So I have created some playlists for you to watch. Some of them are database design, tables, business continuity, indexing, performance tuning, integration services, and these are some of my main playlists. And why do I create playlists basically? I think this is the best way to learn. So if you want to master in any particular domain or area within the SQL Server, what I would recommend is go to that particular playlist, watch all the videos under that playlist. That would be the best way to master a particular area. And I keep on adding videos to all of these playlists. Majorly I post videos from Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. IST time. I'm planning to post videos on weekends as well, but yeah, I need to check my schedule. It will become very busy if I have to post videos on all 7 days. But yeah, I will try to reach that goal as well. So let's see. Apart from that, I have a channel page link and I have more than 210 videos I can say posted on my channel. These counts are a little bit outdated. I will update them. So please watch out all the videos, all the playlist. Go as per playlist. Don't randomly watch the videos, otherwise you won't reap any benefits. Ideal way to learn is to learn through playlists. Now the link for all these playlists and my channel page link is also given in the video description area, so please check that out. Let's go back to our topic for today, detaching a database in SQL Server. So this will be a theoretical session, so let me dive into that. So I will be writing in some notes. You may write those notes along with me. So in this video we will describe how to detach a database in SQL Server with SQL Server Management Studio or Transact-SQL. And the detached files are not deleted. So some of the main points are what we will discuss. So we will discuss on how to detach a database in SQL Server with SQL Server Management Studio or SSMS. Alright, or alternatively you can use the Transact-SQL to detach database as well. And if we talk about the detached files, the detached files are not deleted from the system. So whenever we detach the database, it will not delete the database files in the background. And basically these files remain in the file system. Alright guys, so the detached files are not deleted from the system, but they remain in the file system. And these files can be reattached by using the create database for attached statement. or for attached rebuild log option. So these files can be attached by using the create database statement. So this we can reattach the files once we are creating a database, and we can use the for attach clause there, and we can alternatively use if we are attaching a log file. So there's another clause, so that is attach rebuild log option. Alright, and these files can all okay, let's talk about these files. So these files can also be moved to to another server and attached to an instance with the same or newer version of SQL Server. Alright, that's clear, and let's talk about some of the points. Let me discuss the points how you can some things to consider before you move the database when you use the SQL Server Management Studio. So if you are using SSMS, so there is a way you can use SQL Server Management Studio to move the database file. So let me make this a heading. Uh, let's give it some good color, maybe red one. Okay, so under that, so there are some considerations so before you move a database. So there are certain considerations need to be given. So if you are using SQL Server Management Studio, and if you are moving a database, basically before you detach it from its existing SQL Server instance, alright, so before you detach any database, use the database properties page. So before we detach any database page, I would always recommend to check its database properties page to basically view or to review the files associated with the database. So guys, I hope you have watched my earlier videos as well. So it's very important to take a look at the file section when you detach a particular database. Otherwise you will miss up on certain files. Alright, so you should always check out the files page under the database properties before you detach that database. Alright, so you need to review the files associated with the database and their current locations as well, and what are their current locations. Alright, so you should check that out. Now the steps to do, so how to check that, so let me show you. So let's go to SQL Server. For one of the database, let me show you where are its file located. I have triggered SQL Server, waiting for it to open. So once it is open, once it opens, I will connect to the default instance of the SQL Server. So I'm connected to the default instance now. And in earlier video, I had renamed the AdventureWorks database to a different database, my AdventureWorks. So let me show you. If I want to detach this particular database from the system, right now it's attached inside, and see how many files are there. So this database has two files. This is the primary data file, and this is the log file, and it's stored in these locations. Alright, so this is how you check it. And you should also be sure to account for all the files associated with the database before you detach. So that's a theory part. So let me write that down. So be sure on be sure to account for all files associated with the database before you detach, move and attach. So whenever you are doing a detach, move and attach operation, be sure to account for all the files associated with the database. Then you can proceed with the detach steps. Alright. So let me take you through detach steps, how to detach a database. So in this video, let me show you an example. So these two are the files and these are inside this particular location. Let me copy that location and try to go to that location. So it contains AdventureWorks 2022 and 2022 log files. So these two are the files for this database. Now let me just show you how you can detach this particular database, right? So I want to detach my AdventureWorks. So in order to do that, you need to log in into the default instance of SQL Server, and then you need to expand on databases, which is already expanded, and you need to right click on the database name. So this is I'm showing you how you can perform the detach operation by using the SQL Server Management Studio. So once you right click on the database name, you can point to tasks, and there's a detach option available over there. So use this option. If you click on this option, it will show you the detach database dialog box, and it has some sections. It has a section on databases to detach. So here it is showing the My AdventureWorks database. Alright, so this section databases to detach will basically show you the list of databases to detach, and database name column will show the name of the database to be detached. Drop connections is the column if you want to disconnect any existing connections to a specified database. And basically the thing is we cannot detach a database with any active connections in the background. So if you check this option, it will drop any existing connection and then detach the database. And next option is, if we talk about it, is update statistics. So what is that option? So if we talk about, by default, the detach operation retains any out of date optimization statistics, alright, when detaching a database. Alright, so to update the existing optimization statistics, check this box. So let me write this point, what are update statistics. So update statistics during the detach operation. So during detach operation, what are these? Let me mark it with a different color. Uh, let's take maybe blue. So what are these update statistics during the detach operation? This refers to. So if we talk about the by default situation, right, the detach operation only retains any out of date optimization statistics. So it doesn't update the statistics by default when when it's detaching the database. Alright. So basically to update the existing optimization statistics, select the checkbox. Alright. So alright, let's move ahead. So we just discuss about the update statistics, which are basically optimization statistics. And apart from that, we sometimes get keep full text catalogs checkbox, but here we are not getting. So by default, if we get that box, and by default the detach operation keeps any full text catalogs that are associated with the database, and basically to remove them we can clear the keep full text catalogs checkbox. So that dialog box is not appearing over here because it does not have any full text catalogs. We will talk about them later, what are full text catalogs, but for this database we are not keeping any full text catalogs, so we are not getting the option keep full text catalogs checkbox. And basically that checkbox is used to remove any full text catalogs if you don't want to keep them. Alright, so that's it. Basically that option only appears if you are upgrading a database from Server 2005 version. So we should not usually see that option. Now there's a status message which is saying ready or not ready. and there's a message column in the end. The message column might display information about, so right now it's not displaying any information, but yeah, it might display information about the database as follows. So in case your database is involved with the replication, the status will show as not ready. Alright, and the message column will display database replicated. Okay, now in our case our database is not using the replication, and in case if database has one or more active connections, right, to it at present, for example, maybe one active connection, right, the status will show not ready, and the message column displays like one active connection, and you will see that in message column like one active connection. And before you can detach a database, you must disconnect any active connections by selecting the drop connections dialog box. And yeah, whenever you are ready to detach a database, just click on OK. It will detach the database. Now let me detach it quickly. So I've clicked on OK. So if I go into SQL Server, that database is detached. My AdventureWorks is detached. Now let me reattach it. I will show you the way. So I want to add that database files. So they are not here, they are on the C drive. So I want to attach from the C drive my SQL Server, and this is the MDF file, and the same place as the log file as well. It has picked up the information. Now let's click OK to reattach the database. So I've reattached the database. Now it's appearing on the list. Now let me show you the way. So one way was the using the SQL Server Management Studio. Now the another way is to use the Transact-SQL. This is another way you can detach a database using Transact-SQL. Now let's discuss some points. So if you're moving a database, and so before detaching it from its existing SQL Server instance, I would recommend using the sys.database files, and this is a system catalog view, right, to review any files. So otherwise you can check the, if you're using SQL Server GUI mode, yeah, you can check the database properties and check the file section. Otherwise, if you are relying totally on the T-SQL, you can use the sys.database file system catalog review to catalog view to review the same information out there. So it can be used to review the files associated with the database and their current location. Alright, I will show you shortly. Now let me show you that. Give me a minute, guys. Now let me show you how you can use within the SQL Server Management Studio, but yeah, we are using Transact-SQL within the SQL Server Management Studio to perform the same operation. So for example, if you want to view the files of my AdventureWorks database, trigger a query against it, or maybe you can use the use statement to use any specific database. Now if you want to get the information about the files, so you need to select certain columns, type description, name, and the physical name basically, and you need to use the system catalog view, which is sys.database files. I was discussing earlier about that. So let's take this information out. So for this database, my AdventureWorks, if you use this system catalog view and get the following columns, it has more columns than that, but yeah, I'm using just 3 columns. So it gives you information like what is the primary data file and what type of data does it contain, and what is the log data file and the locations as well, right? So you can use this script to check this information out, and again, be sure to account for all the associated files with the database before you attach, move, or detach. Now let's move on with the detach steps. Basically, for that you need to execute the query. There's a stored procedure we had discussed in our previous videos as well. If you have not watched them, please go ahead and do so. So there's a SP detach DB stored procedure which can be used to detach the databases, and you need to pass the name of the database which you want to detach. So I'm detaching the AdventureWorks 2722 database here, and we need to specify the whether we want to detach it or not. We can specify it with the true option. Alright, so this statement will detach the my AdventureWorks database. Now let's go ahead and do so quickly. So it is saying, so it's not 2022. Let's remove that. So the database name is my AdventureWorks. Now let's execute this statement. It is again saying cannot detach the database my AdventureWorks because it is currently in use. Alright, so we are in my AdventureWorks database. So let's be in the master database before doing any detach operations. So let's do that now. So now the database is detached, and if you refresh the database list over here, right now I'm seeing this my AdventureWorks, but if you refresh the list, you will not see that database. So that database is attached now. So guys, I'm done with this video, and today we have discussed about the detachment of a database. We have discussed some notes, and we have talked about what has to be done before you detach a database. Basically, you check on the files and their files paths before you detach any databases. We have discussed some of the options in UI like drop connection, update statistics, etc., and the status and the message columns as well. And also we have shown you the T-SQL way or Transact-SQL way to perform a detach operation, and also how you can view the database files associated with a particular database. So I hope you like this video. If you really like this video, please go ahead and click on the like button below this video. Also, if you are new to this channel and if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, please go ahead and do so right away. There is a subscribe button below this video. Click on that subscribe button. It will give you a bell icon. Click on that bell icon. Select all notifications to get notifications regarding all my future videos. And guys, please do post in your comment suggestions, any feedback, any review, maybe any requirements, or maybe any day-to-day experiences with SQL Server. You may talk about the situations where my content has helped you somewhere in some way. And guys, if you have a good network of friends and if they are also working in SQL Server domain, I would request you guys to please go ahead and share my videos with your friends, and please ask them to join my channel. I really want to help people by making them expert in SQL Server and in other data science areas. So far I have started with SQL Server, but yeah, I will include videos from other domains as well, including Python as well. So I will be soon starting out videos on Python, but not sure when. But yeah, soon I will start. And maybe in other areas like IAS, I will also start posting the videos, Internet Information Services. So for now, I'm posting videos on SQL Server, and there are lots of items pending in SQL Server. So I'm trying to complete all of them. So this is gonna take some time, but yeah, there will be many more videos. So be ready for learning. I thank you so much for your time on this video today, and you have a great day ahead, guys. Thank you.